Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode on the good old X4 war campaign. And if you remember from the last episode, we were absolutely hammered by the two capital ships that are now coming towards our main fleet, or what's left of our main fleet I should say, because obviously we lost the majority of the ships. We've only really got one capital ship left, which has made it to our defense platform. Our support vessels are more than likely not going to make it. You can see them two large ships are actually taking out the rear of our ships, which doesn't really help us. I think we're in a good position with it. I don't know what our ship's doing. There we go. Our ship is near our defense platform, so it's going to support the defense platform if it gets pushed. I don't know if it is going to be pushed. That large K destroyer, well, that battleship there is moving in. That battleship's the one that's going to be the problem. If that enters the area, then I have a horrible feeling we're going to end up losing a lot more here than what we bargained for when we pushed the assault. We've got a lot to do, and I was going to leave this running, but obviously with this battleship in the area, it's more than likely going to push further, and I want to see it run out. And I want to bring that to you guys on the channel as well. I didn't want to really run it and obviously lose all my fleet and then come back and go, oh, by the way, we've lost our fleet. So we'll see how the K9, the branch 9 destroyer K there. I don't know, I keep calling it the K9. I think they should call it that. It's a better name, I think. But the branch 9 destroyer K there, that's the one that we're not too worried about because we can take that one out. It's the battleship that is slowly moving into our area that's going to be the major issue for us. Whilst that's developing, we'll keep an eye on that as it goes. I've got a few ideas on what to do next. Now, this is mainly a war campaign, and yes, a couple of people commented both in the Discord and on the comments saying things were done wrong, and yes, they have been done wrong, because the reason why is we designed this playthrough to basically be all about the war. There was no economy put in the background. There was no development of the weaponry for the ships. It was basically whatever was the best we put on the ship and we sent it out there to do it. Now, sometimes that doesn't work, and as you've seen, it hasn't worked. I didn't expect the battleship to come along, and that's where the major problems come in. Now, the other downside we're going to have here is if we die, we could end up being out of range of a ship to get us out of here. So I'm going to hopefully keep one of the ships, the Doomhammer Escort, more than likely. I'm going to keep it by the jump gate. And hopefully we can get onto that and get out of the system and head to our HQ. And the reason why I mentioned the HQ is because, as mentioned a second ago, we've done things wrong. There's a lot of things that you can do that makes your job a lot easier. Things like the different weapon systems you can have. One of the main things you need to concentrate on if you're going to do something like the war campaign is what type of weapons you need for what type of battles. This system already is damaging and disrupting the shields, so anything that you're going to have like the beam weapons and stuff like that is more than likely going to tear through shields quite quickly.
Danger.
Even without the hazardous region, you still can manage with less shield-based weaponry and go for more kinetic weapons to cause the higher damage to the hull armor. We haven't done things like that. We've just basically gone from presets. The reason why I did the presets was just because it's a bit easier to do. And obviously, if you start going into the pros and cons of each type of weapon system, there's a lot to think about and a lot of weapons to choose from. Not to mention, we got things like missiles and stuff like that that we needed to really stock up on before we decided to go into battle. It does look like this destroyer and battleship is going to come into our system, so I don't think that defense platform is going to survive. That battleship is actually bigger than the entire defense platform. That is a huge ship, so I have a horrible feeling here that this is one battle we are not going to win. Let's see if we can see it.
Danger. Hazardous region detected.
We can't see it from our bridge point. Let's see if we can see it from the external of the ship. Okay. There it is, right there. I'm not sure why the battleship is... No, we're stopped. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when that battleship reaches the station. It does look like it's engaging something, but it's not the station, thankfully. Let's move our battleship so it's actually facing. Just remove this order. Fly 2. I'm going to hold you here. Remove all orders and assignments. So it will sit there and wait for us. That one ship is not going to make any difference whatsoever. That battleship, however, is going to come real close to our defense platform. So let's just hope the two together might pay off here. Looks like our Stargazer is going to take the brunt of the firepower any minute now. Okay, our battle station is actually engaging the defense platform. So this is going to be basically a battle of attrition. Whether or not we have enough hull points in our base station, defense platform here, with the firepower to survive. It should have some missiles on there. However, I am not 100% sure if I have actually put any missile turrets on that. As you can see, this is still being repaired from the last engagement. We've just lost one of our defense bridges. Okay, there we go. Shields are getting absolutely hammered by our space station, so there is a good chance here that we may actually come away from this surviving. However, it's going to be extremely close. Let's get our battle station in. Let's go. Let's actually tell our ship to attack directly. Let's remove that move order. Remove this order. So it will now attack that ship. There we go. It's opening fire. We have everything in on this right now. Look at the pounding them shields are taking on that Stargazer right there. Look at that. 0 shields. It is taking hull damage now. Okay, so we're about to lose the Stargazer. Our battleship is just in range, but it's only firing light weaponry. Missiles by the looks of it and the speed at which they're flying at. That will obviously give us some help. We may come off okay here. Hull's at 75%. It is actually trying to repair its hull. However, it looks like the sustained firepower from the battle station is going to hopefully outweigh this here. Our battleship is moving in range. Look at the size difference of the two battleships. The one that we're on there compared to that one is massive. That is one hell of a capital ship. Oh, something's just gone boom off our screen. A couple of the fighters are out there as well. They've obviously got the bolt weaponry, which does cause more damage to the hull. 19 to 15%. It's dropping down massively now. We've got sustained firepower from everywhere. Looks like the second ship's coming in now. There we go. It's just been deleted. There's the blast wave. There is no debris by the looks of it, which is a shame. I thought they'd have a bit of a debris system going there. Okay, so the K destroyer is now on its way in, but it's no longer got that battleship to sustain its defense. So this is a fantastic turnaround. We've relied on the defense platform here. The improvements we made the last time, if you remember, to this platform here really helped there. You saw them weapons, the pulse weapons. I think it's got a couple of bolt weapons on there as well. Really did help it. We need to start looking at things like missile turrets and stuff like that, because the other ships managed to have, like, as you can see, the smaller ships there having the bolt turrets and stuff like that really helped it. The sustained missile fire from this battleship also helped as well. We're taking some hits, but the shields are at about 55-60% at the moment. We're taking hull away from the K destroyer, so we'll come off better off, hopefully. We are taking some some hits now. I'm amazed the Stargazer survived. The Stargazer's now got its defense drones out there repairing. Yes, I'm aware you're under attack. Resist. Looks like he's trying to swing around. There we go, to bring its side turrets into play. That K Destroyer is almost dead now, so we've really turned that around. There's the beam turret going in there. And beam turrets really do cause some serious damage. And there goes the K Destroyer. We managed to keep the Stargazer, which is amazing. I'm amazed that that survived. We did have a backup plan just in case, which wasn't required, so that was good. And obviously, we've also kept the battleship with no hull damage to the battleship as well, just shields. Hopefully, the shields will recharge even in this atmosphere that we're in. Sorry, the nebula that we're in here. So hopefully, that'll come back in no time. I'm actually going to take this opportunity now to actually take the ship that we've just basically assigned as our escape vessel. I'm going to teleport to. Now, the only downside is if we obviously leave the system and another battleship arrives, we're not in the system to support, so we could end up losing some of our fleet there. But we're going to have to run the risk because our next plan of action. So we have
hazardous region detected.
We have our Grand Exchange headquarters that I want to head to. I want to dock at. And the reason being is because this is going to be pivotal, hopefully, in the 4.0. And 4.0 is due to be announced very soon. And when that is announced, we're going to make plans to move into 4.0 and do things a little bit differently. We're going to bring everything back into the fold. We're going to start looking at economy side of things. We want the Terran Empire. I want the Terran Empire ships so we can show off the new ships and stuff like that. We haven't done much with the Split at the moment. But by the looks of how the system's laid out, I have a feeling that the Split's going to be nearby to the Terran Empire. So we'll have to have a look into that. Basically, we're going to become friendly with the Terrans. And to do that, we may need to basically cause trouble with our previous faction friends. And start a war on them.
System. Atikva's choice.
So, we survived. I'm amazed we survived. I'm going to head over to the headquarters because the headquarters I'm going to be doing some work on. If we go to our plan build, there isn't really much room on this kind of setup. And if you remember when we initially did it, we had the small containers only. We didn't have any large containers. But there are certain things we can do with this that I want to do. You see, actually, even though it looks small, there is actually quite a lot of space that's basically not used up. And I want to basically make this almost like a trading station slash shipyard. So I'm going to try and see if I can latch on some shipyard facilities here. We'll make, obviously that's got a dock in there. So what I'm actually going to probably do is I'm going to, you've got up and down as well. I'm probably going to make some slight changes to this. And I'm going to see if I can actually fit. As a matter of fact, yeah, we can fit. So let's go ahead and start doing some stuff like that. So we want some dock modules first. I want 8 medium dock modules. And I want to put one on one side and one on the other side. And then I'm going to go with 1 medium, 6 small. Actually, let's go for the 3 medium, 6 small. And we'll plant them on either side. So that gives us 12 for the small. We've got 16 from the 2 large ones, plus the 3 on each one of them. So we've got 22. We can then lose that, but I'm going to keep that for now until we have the upgrade. We are going to delete these here. We'll just remove the 2 for now because I don't want to lose anything that might be in there. I didn't get a chance to look if there was anything in there. But let's replace them with large containers. Go. Let's rotate it around. Disconnect it first. Come on, rotate around for me. When it lets me rotate it around, there we go. There we go. Connect to that, please. There we go. Oh, there. And actually connected to that. There we go, perfect. Okay, they're not touching as well, which is good. I don't like it touching. Because obviously it's almost like it's falling through it. Get a second one in there. Close that off. Place the second one on like so. They shouldn't be passing through each other. They're not. They're very close to each other, but they're not. Hopefully be able to place another set there, but that's going to increase our storage exponentially. Or container storage, so we can actually supply this, you know, as a trade facility if we want to. The other reason why I want to do a trade facility as well is because I want the resources to be able to do the research. Obviously at the moment we can only teleport within the system, but there are a few rumours around the teleportation and the end game stuff. So we're going to start looking towards the end game stuff here, and hopefully that'll help in our war efforts. We're also going to really strip back all of the stuff, continue doing what we're doing with, let's just confirm these module changes so I don't lose them. But basically what we've done with the new setup here, where we've got a defense platform, we've got a refinery here, there's another defense platform there, we've got another refinery there, we've then got something production wise. I'm going to leave this production here. However, the future production stuff that I'm going to work on is going to basically take over Grand Exchange. Now currently Grand Exchange is held by another faction, Talade Company there. We're going to take it over, and when we're ready we're actually going to set a war front here. Now for that to happen we obviously need to make sure the station's ready to go. It's going to need defense turrets on there. It's also going to need, you know, plenty of resources in there. We're also effectively going to cut ourselves off from the rest of the system, so we need to make sure our fleet's there, all of our supplies are there, or enough supplies to get us through the war, and we need to push through so that we don't lose that connection between Argon Prime and our system at the moment. Because at the moment you can see we'd have to go through a hell of a lot to get to Black Hole Sun, which is obviously held by the Argon. There's two systems basically, three if you include the one where they could drop down into here and take out our supply line from the rear. There's a few things we need to be thinking about. There's also the Antigone Republic that we've got to deal with at some stage as well, and we need to start pushing into places like Frontier's Edge, because Frontier's Edge currently has a jump gate that we haven't explored. We've also not pushed up more into here. There are some more Xenons somewhere, I'm sure of it. They can't be in just one system. They may be, but I'm pretty sure they're not. And obviously we've been pushed right back again into there and lost most of our fleet. So that's the plan. That's what we're going to go heading into. We've got about 4.3 million, but I do have a feeling that some of these are going to have started. If you remember the last time as well, we've upgraded this. This is almost got its first layer done. It should be now producing us with plenty more resources. I could have just pressed it down there, but let's have a look and see if we got any more information. There we go. You're going to need more for construction, so let's go ahead and place some more money in there for construction. We're now starting to bring economy into the war. Obviously war pays when you've got people buying stuff, and at the moment they're pushing into Tharkus Cascade and they're needing resources, so that's good for us. Defense platforms, ore refinery. Let's see if our ore refinery has made any sales. Doesn't look like it has made any sales, but it will be providing a lot to our whole part factory, so let's see if they've got anything.
Entering system. Argon Prime.
Okay, so it's expecting a lot more for its budget, which we don't need because obviously we're providing it with most of its resources. So let's just go ahead and drop that down. Ore refinery. Have we got any more from this ore refinery? This ore refinery is now at its operating budget. Metal factory. 104 million. So it's about 20 million over the budget, which is nice. That's good for us. And obviously our Grand Exchange headquarters now needs, there we go, 1.9 million. We've got our manager there. Obviously they've not had to deal with anything, so they've not really leveled up or anything like that. So what else are we going to do with our Grand Exchange? So we've now got a new docking system here. We've got extended storage, which will obviously replace these two with, which I've already mentioned before. They've still not had the defensive systems done, because obviously these can have turrets on. They've got tracking launchers by the looks of it. Let's place the bolt launchers on there. Here we go. There we go. We haven't got the Mark 3 shields either. Let's confirm that loadout change there. One's got tracking missiles and one's got bolt turrets. There's obviously a lot of things we're going to have to start thinking about. We've got the research modules, yep. They're going to get replaced. Dock modules don't have any turrets on there, and the connectors don't have any turrets on there either. So we're going to start have to think about some of these defense systems as well. Defense modules. We'll try and get an admin center on there. Not actually as big as I expected, which is nice. What I might actually do is I may place the admin center like kind of here. We could probably place it here, out of the way of the docking platforms. Probably be better above that actually. It's a shame we can't actually connect it from below. What we'll do is if we go, we'll do it now so we've got it. Where are we? That's habitat, dock modules, defense, other modules. We go for vertical 2 and then a second one. Then we go for a cross. Move that cross so it's in the right place. And then go to administrative center. Can we fit you on? That's actually not as low down as I expected. If we actually take that, just move that away from there. Delete, remove that. Go ahead and place a cross platform onto top of there. Let's see if we can now put this on there. Is it touching anything? It's not. It's a little bit close to the docking platforms, but don't forget this is zoomed out quite a lot. That actually provides a lot of defense for our docking area because obviously the administrative center. Oh, sorry, no, it's not the administrative center. They don't have any turrets on them. But we can place some stuff on there on each side. The discs and the bridges. We'll place a bridge on either side. Just go ahead and just rotate it around. There we go. We rotate that, place it on the end of there. We can then pop in module, place one on the other side. A little hard to see when it's like this. They're both on. You then get the discs. That isn't on. And then place that. Are you on there? Yep, you're on there. Excellent. And then place another disc onto there. Excellent. We've now got defense around our things. There's obviously not much defense there, but it's some defense at least. I'll leave it set preset to the high preset. We'll leave that. We're going to obviously need to assign or hire a builder. That's a little loud. We've now got a builder.
Entering system.
Okay.
Second contact.
Let's go ahead and accept the budget, which is 5.1 million. And then confirm the module changes. Right, so that's our defense for our docking stations. Our docking area is done, ready to go. Everything's set up, ready to go for the HQ. That is us set for this episode. We survived. We destroyed the 2 big ships. Unfortunately, we did lose our fleet in the last episode, but we're at a stage now where we can start thinking about getting that front defense up and ready for 4.0, which I'm hoping will be soon. Because as I say, I really want to get into doing the Terran Empire stuff and look into that. Well, we may look at doing a fresh start on the Terran Empire, or we may bring it in from this. I'm thinking of bringing it in from this because it's already set up. There's a lot of boring stuff already done. Let me know in the comment section if you've got any suggestions, ideas, or anything like that. Hopefully you enjoyed the series so far and enjoyed that we survived. Let me know your thoughts And hopefully by the time we get onto the next episode, we'll have some development on the HQ, and we can start thinking about doing some of the research which I'll go into. But until next time, everybody, take care for now. See you on the next one. Bye bye for now.